Allergan this week has removed from the marketplace their textured BioCell implant. And they've done that because of a higher rate of ALCL with their product. I've stopped using Allergan textured implants for more than 2 years now because of my concern that they have had a higher rate versus other manufacturers. I have a small number of patients in the past that I have used these implants in, and here's one important distinction is that it is not recommended by the FDA or by Allergan, and I agree with this. It is not recommended that if you have a textured implant made by Allergan or otherwise, that your implant be removed. It is important, whether you have any implant or honestly, even if you don't have implants, that you monitor your breast for changes. So if you have breast implants, it probably is a good idea to know whether it's textured or not. But regardless, you want to watch your breast for changes. If you have a smooth implant or a textured implant, if there is a change, you want to follow that. If there's swelling, a change in size, pain, something that feels different, you want to call your surgeon, have it checked out. If you have a silicone implant, you want to follow it because if it wears out, your body is not going to absorb the silicone, so you won't necessarily know. Whereas with saline, the implant would go flat and generally you would know and wouldn't need to follow it with an MRI as you would need to follow over time for a silicone implant. So let's talk a little bit about ALCL. It is really associated with just a textured implant, which is this fuzzy looking implant. Allergan BioCell implants have more surface area due to how they are manufactured. And we now know that they are many times more likely to be causing ALCL because of their higher surface area. That's kind of the short version of what we know about the reason BioCell or the Allergan implants are related to a higher rate of ALCL. And now that we have a better idea of how to detect ALCL, we have a much better ability to identify it early. So the key thing again here is identify it early. If there's swelling, we can identify that swelling and fluid collection around the breast. There's a protein assay that we can identify, send it for testing, and that testing can let us know that there can be the precursor or the existence of ALCL, and the treatment is to remove the capsule around the implant, and generally that is completely curative. If we don't pick up ALCL and we get advanced disease, it can progress and cause more severe disease and require further treatment or progress to cause further symptoms or even death in rare cases. Now that we have a much better understanding of the disease process, it is quite treatable, but again, it is important to monitor for that. So, summary is, if you have a textured implant, it's important to know that if there's changes in your breast, particularly swelling, redness, pain, anything like that, that those are the reasons you would want to get checked out. We have talked about this in the past on our Facebook Live show focused on implants. We've talked about it in the past on Snapchat, etc. The FDA met about breast implants, including about side effects and ALCL, as well as breast implant illness earlier this year in March, and had 2 days of hearings. There's probably going to be more updates on that, but at that time they did not talk about removing implants from the marketplace and elected not to remove textured implants, but Allergan has now removed their implant, and largely it has been Allergan implants at a much higher rate that have been associated with ALCL, and that is why myself as a surgeon have stopped using Allergan implants for several years now. I have used them in the past, and I do not recommend removing your textured implants if you have them. We have sent out letters this year to patients to give them an update. We are sending out, again, communications to patients this week to give a further update. If you do have questions, please let us know. But our summary is, whether you have an implant or not, but particularly if you do have implants, follow them for change. It is a good idea to know whether or not you have a textured or smooth implant. But ALCL is extremely uncommon, even if you have an Allergan textured implant. So I would want you to be comfortable knowing that it's okay to have an Allergan textured implant. Just today, because it is a higher rate of ALCL, we would not place an Allergan implant and they're being removed from the marketplace. So again, if you have further questions, please contact our office. And we look forward to getting you more information here in the future. Any updates that we hear, I will certainly pass those along to you.